you see these canopies are all leaders. They are all political leaders from Edo North in Edo State. They represent 64 wards of Edo North. They also represent the 1,760 polling units, as it was, in Edo North. They represent different clans, villages, communities in Edo North. And before now, they were building hope on the matter that, yes, they have a mission to say that we uplift the status of Edo North in the political map of Nigeria. That we were striving to do. As that was going on steadily, we watched since May or thereabout April, some developments that baffled everybody. Matters came to a climax that our hopes will never be realized. That our main source of hope which was the performing senator, was now pushed aside. As resilient as he was, he believed in the people. He decided to quickly change the instrument for achieving this noble assignment. And you will know that why he did that, he had followers across this senatorial district. We went to the drawing board. What do we do? We have to consider all the factors. Where we were was infested with injustice. Where we were was infested with lies. Where we were was infested with bad leadership. And moreover, anti-party was the order of the day there. And so we came to the conclusion that let's look around. One, we don't have a clear reason. Our only hope is not even here. Our pilot is not even here. That was one. Two, we look at it. Which are the other options that could be there? We decided to weigh them. One we have in Edo State, Edo South, they are driving one boat. Edo Central, they are one way. Why are we negative? Even where we were, there's no protection again. The broom that was the instrument, the mouth don't chop, and there's no hope. And there's no hope that they will ever replace the broom, no work again. And so we have to run to a shelter. And we sat all together and resolved that, one, we must join the train. If for nothing else, we see what the government is doing. When we were still sweeping with the broom, we were told that we were going to be MOU arrangement. From our own dismay, which we now realize later, we see the MOU have turned to reality. We see modern buildings touching the sky. We see decent people. We see decency. And we see hope for Edo State. We want to be part of that hope. Continuously remaining in that place will not give that hope. And again, we see our own son. The man is the number two. In fact, you can easily not differentiate between number two and number one in Edo State in terms of governance, in terms of respect, in terms of how people are related with. There will never be any forum to say, okay, go and settle the number one and the number two. So, what are we doing behind there? This is a factor. We have to look at this. We must now move to go and join that our son, propelling our oracle of development so that we can get to the promised land. Your Excellency, as we are here from the 64 wards of Edo North, we only represent the others who are not here because of logistics arrangements. Otherwise, we will use the whole of today, bringing the whole of Edo North, whether old or young, because the music is very clear that if we must survive Edo North, we must change status. We must change the instrument. The broom mouth or cut. We need a shelter. Oga, this is why we have come to tell you that from this moment, we are distinguished honorable members of the People's Democratic Party.
I cannot but recognize all of you from Edo North that have waited patiently for us to have this function kick-started. On behalf of the party, we welcome you to Benin and to the People's Democratic Party. Now, let me just say a few things before I formally welcome you into the party. Number one is that Edo North senatorial seat for the PDP in the upcoming elections is a must-win for us. We must win that seat. 80% of our resources and time will be deployed to make sure that we win that seat. And that is for obvious reasons. Because of the man we are projecting. The man that has represented you very well, but was denied by his former party. We have to encourage him. We have to make sure that he continues to deliver the division of democracy to the people of Edo North. Not be so? Secondly, with your presence here, I can see a lot of you that I know that were giving us all the headache when we were in the other party. With you people here, and this is just a sample, this is two leaders per ward for out of the 64 wards in Edo North. I understand that this is the first step. The next step will get it, more people will join, so that at the end, this is the beginning of the crumbling of APC in Edo North, in Edo. From today, APC in Edo North is dead. With you joining the PDP, clearly, PDP will get the votes that will make it possible for us to return our own very dependable, very reliable Senator Francis Alimikina back to the red chambers. And of course, as always, I will reel out a few data so that you will have an idea of what we're talking about. Congratulations.
PDP!
Power!
PDP!
Power! the people.
Power to the people.
Rescue Nigeria. My digital deputy governor and the leaders, look at all these canopies. There are people from Edo North. They are not coerced. They are not monetized to come here. They are all here on their own volition, on what they believe the party, PDP, will offer Edo North and Edo State in general. They are all here. You will see, by the time they get home, some of them will say, oh, look, they are out there because they gave them Senator Alimikena mobilize them. No, I did not mobilize anybody. Did I mobilize you people? You could see the testimony coming out from their mouth since. Now they are here to invite you, my digital deputy governor that I used to call DDG, and the state governor, who is unavoidably absent in this occasion today. They are here to invite two of you to come to Edo North to witness tsunami movement from APC to PDP. This is why we are here.
The man that we got to the National Assembly together, he was elected to represent Edo North in the red chamber, and I was elected to represent Isako Federal constituency at the green chambers. When the second leg dropped, he became a member of one committee I won't call. But he was able to use that committee effectively to positively affect the lives and development of Edo North. Distinguished Senator Sir Chief Alimikena, the Ase1 of Wano, the Oracle of Development. Well, when I was in the legislative arm, I was nicknamed Mr. Constituency Project. But this senator is Oracle of Development. You can see our people understand when people are working for their interests and working for them. They by themselves give you name. Just like they have given my own boss, my senior brother, the governor of Edo State, Mr. What? Mr. Wake and See. That is to tell you that politics have changed. If you are elected to represent people, you must do the will of the people. We have engaged ourselves on the street during the election, before and after, and I know your words. So, reuniting with you today, plenty butterfly for my stomach. I'm so excited. And I'm excited more when I listen to this invitation to come to Edo North, to now come and complete the movement of all the progressive people in APC to progressive PDP. And I'm excited. Why? I won't mention one name, but when we went back, the chairman was telling me, it's also person, that quality of person, we have to keep that person, we have to follow up that person. So that is to tell you the quality of the people that are here. And I'm sure it is because of the quality and understanding of what government should be. That is why you decided that Nigeria, Edo State must change and must change for the good. So this time, we are changing the change. We are now what? Changing the change. Because the change could not change anything. It destroyed Nigeria instead. We were part of that movement to change Nigeria for good. And we were convinced, and we fought for it because we believe that we need a change for the betterment of our country. But unfortunately, they preach what they don't do. They preach what they will not do. When they say good morning, they mean good night. And I am very, very disappointed more with the man I call my father, that he decided to also be part of that characters, those characters that will say good morning and they meant good night. I know he has some of these traits, but I didn't know it was that deep. When time for campaign come, we will open our mouth. A man that will be celebrating 76 years old birthday, and he will say celebrating 70th birthday. But that is not even my problem. My headache is you are celebrating the day of your 76th birthday. I haven't been governor of Edo State for 8 years. I haven't been national chairman of a political party. You are now on your 76th birthday saying you want to contest for Senate in Edo North. That is even not one of those things that is paining me. His own blood brother that took us stress to deliver. It was difficult to sell him to represent me in Edo State House of Assembly. I had to be going house to house to beg them. Lucky James, you remember, we have to be begging for our people to vote for his younger brother. We voted for him. After that sweat, he told that man not to go for swearing in. The man agreed not to go for swearing in till today. My constituency is not represented for 4 years, going to 4 years in Edo State House of Assembly because this man told his younger brother not to present himself for swearing in. Now, their own party gave this boy automatic ticket. He told the boy to stay aside. He wants to contest for Senate. Is that a good brother? Is that a good brother? A father that wants to continually grow more than his son. Is that a good father? I am struggling today to make sure I give my children the best education so that they will be better than me. Not for me, they'll be better than my children. Omonera. We'll start that movement. The man that brought IBB to Edo State brought everybody and say the end of godfatherism in Edo State. And that day we launched one man, one vote. One Philip, one vote. One Senator Limikena, one vote. One Oshiomole, one vote. Today, is that what is happening? I listen to all of you. I hear what you are saying. That is not what we're saying. When I was growing up in politics, they say leaders don't contest election. Has it changed? Eh? They say leaders no they contest election. Now, leader don't they contest for Senate. So when wahala come, which leader will now come go meet? So I understand when you say you don't have leader again in APC and I don't know. Because leader don't go they contest election. So no more leader. So that means a party that does not have leader, can he coordinate? Don't worry. This one is part one. When time reach, now rehearsal we do. When time reach for campaign, we go. The same way I know they call name, but you can't just avoid not calling name. That is the problem. Because my name is Philip. And when I do something, you call my name saying, I me do the thing. So when you see how you Philip, you know you call how you Philip. How you can know one. So I am so excited. Invitation now, they go, your right, can't give you. Now, when I say no, now go come. Excellency way, when they come, tell you, say, you don't reach one move. And I was thinking maybe selection of 5, 6, 7, now you come. They can't tell me, say, no. But I say, we'll go arrange canopy. I said, no, be 5 people. They say, no, two leaders per ward. Now then they come. I said, then this invitation, now serious invitation. Now I call my chairman. Chairman say, what I be chairman for? Oh yeah, now I'm going to go receive them. God will bless you now. Because 2023, it's a different ball game. Completely different ball game. Nobody can rig you out. Nobody. They do it for our own side now. They try. Now the revolution of digital election start. And they don't see as they go now. So by the grace of God, you are welcome to PDP. And together we'll definitely change the face of Edo State, change the face of our senatorial districts in the Edo North. I also want to use this occasion to let us know that these characters, they don't mean well for Nigeria. They don't mean well. As we speak, every day we are losing about approximately $1.9 million every day because of these characters, even with the hardship. So it's unfortunate that these characters, we need to just take them out. There's no choice about it. If we don't do that, they want to put us in a situation where we'll be eating from the dustbin. People are already doing that. But now, all of us, if we don't take time, that is where they are driving us to. We have to change it. And I'm happy that all of us, we are reuniting and we are joining forces together to start that process. And by the grace of God, I told them, God is in Edo State. God is in Edo State. And everything that we do here has the blessing of God, because we will say the truth and talk to power wherever they are. Because we are going to be doing what? We are doing the will of God. And that is why God is blessing us. What Oshiomole did to us is what he has done to Senator Ali Mekena. The God that delivered Obaseki and Philip, when Oshiomole drove us out, disqualified us, saying that we don't have certificate. Whereas I am asking today, let Oshiomole tell us what happened to the Minister of Education during the tribunal when he was governor of Edo State. He should come and tell us. He's telling us that Obaseki didn't go to school. He didn't go to school. He will come and tell us whether him actually went to that modern school. And if he went, we want to know what happened in Ministry of Education. The God that did it for us, Senator, when Oshiomole disqualified us, now, he came now, he did not just disqualify you. He wants to use himself to replace you. Are we going to allow that? Is he more qualified to be our representative than Ali Mekena? Are we moving forward or going backward? So with Ali Mekena, we move forward. With Comrade, we move backward. God bless all of you.
I don't know, it's a very well organized people, very peaceful people. And they look at all that is happening in the place. For now, they have decided that the APC they continue to follow can no longer meet their hope and aspiration. And so they have changed. And that's why they decided to go back to the PDP, which is the original owner of the place. I was chairman of that local government before I came to politics in Decamp West. I'm from Edo North. And I'm one of the foremost leaders that brought APC to that place. And so if we was using all these people to win, because when you say beat somebody, we win it by vote. These are the people that say no because of what has happened, because of the hopelessness we have found ourselves, because of lack of leadership qualities that we have found so far in that place. You understand? As I tell you, we have all the House of Assembly members elected in the Edo North. They are not in the House of Assembly today because of bad direction. They were never inaugurated. They were not allowed to be inaugurated. I want us to remain like that. So we are changing gear. We cannot be doing opposition just for the sake of doing it. And there are no immediate plans to even redeem that. So what do? We have to go to where we can even salvage our people. It's not about us, it's about those people. And it is those people that have been making it to win. Because when you say beat, it is those people. And those people are not said no.
This is the beginning of our journey towards making sure that all the elected positions in Edo State are won by the PDP. Edo North has always been a turning point for the PDP. From 2008, we've not really won any seats in Edo North. So that's why I said today in my opening remarks that with this decamping today, APC is dead in Edo North. And all the seats in Edo North, they are must wins for the PDP. And we'll make sure we do that by mobilizing all our people and those that are joining us. Make sure that we have all these seats in Edo North. You will recall that we had an emergency senatorial primary election in Edo North some times ago. National sent in a panel from Abuja to conduct it, where Senator Ali Mekena won. You will recall that a lady had won earlier. she voluntarily wrote a resignation letter that paved the way for the emergency senatorial primary. So we've sorted out that issue, and Senator Alimikina is our candidate for Edo North. Massive defection on their way, especially in Edo North. That's why I told you, take my word. That seat, that senatorial seat for Edo North, PDP will win it.